fire does have a place in the environment, and I'll never forget that first year on the Zigzag Hotshot crew, and I always thought, even back then, that we needed to do more burning on a large scale, and I always had this. I would say, pay me now or pay me later. If you pay me later, I make more money because I'm getting hazard pay. But if you paid me now, I was just getting my base salary, my hourly wage or whatever, by doing these large landscape burns. And I think that we've tried that in a lot of places that are it's acceptable, where you don't have a big population base, and where the smoke doesn't impact. But now with smoke management and air quality and such, I think that also hinders us. But fire is an important part of our ecosystem. I was fortunate to be able to see some pictures at the turn of the century. They were actually sitting up on Mount Hood, and they were taking these pictures, and it was just hazy all the way through. And if you read some of the settlers' accounts as they came across, where they couldn't see for miles because of the smoke and the haze, where the Native Americans would come in and set the fields on fire for a variety of reasons, for berries, for animal habitat, so they would have more deer and such coming into the area. And I think they knew how to work with it, but they didn't have houses in the way, of course, so it wasn't that big of an impact on the peoples. Now we have houses in there, and I think that if you think about the fires, even if we had another Tillamook burn or a Yakult burn on the west side, where those were large fires in the 30s, and those were caused from logging operations, but we have more houses now, even on the west side, and there's a money value. If you look at California, people have built in the urban interface, and every year they have fires, and we're putting more and more houses in it, but fire does have a place in it to help rejuvenate our the landscape. But now we're having these major fires where it's destroying the soil composition because they're burning so hot, because we have not managed it well. But fire is a large part of it. Do we have to fight every fire? I don't know if we have to fight every fire. I think that we spend a lot of money on things that I don't know if we have to fight every fire. Would the fire have gotten bigger or smaller if we didn't put any people there? I don't have the answers, but I've been on several fires where I think that the fires would have probably not gotten as big had we not put people in there. And I think sometimes the decision-making space that people are using, they're pulling back and going in more indirect, and then they make they either throw fire on the ground, and then it makes that fire bigger. Would the fire have gotten there? Every case is different. I can't say it for every case, but I do believe that do we need to fight every fire? I don't know if we need to fight every fire. With the fire borrowing, we've been doing that for years, and I just don't know if it's the right thing to do. But but we do want to protect homes and people's livelihood, and so there is a balance in there, and I don't think we've found that balance yet. But fire is a huge part of our environment, and I think we have to accept that and be willing to take the risk. I don't think we're there yet.